When they tried to open up that offense that next year, he was terrible. Terrible. And he's been terrible for multiple years. By the way, the Colin Kaepernick passer rating is a complete BS stat. He played in a very friendly offense for to manufacture quarterback rating, to keep it simple. Chip Kelly's offense is an offense that gave Nick Foles, who is he's going to be a backup for Philadelphia this year. He's lost his job since that year twice, and he has the third highest quarterback rating of all time for a season playing in that system. It is a you minimize interceptions. Now, Colin Kaepernick fumbled 9 times last year, and by the way, has lost his job twice to Blaine Gabbert. Okay, this guy is not the 17th best quarterback in the league.
No,
I think he's very borderline whether he should be in the league at all. Now, he probably, because what you do with quarterbacks is if they've ever had any level of success, you can usually throw them on a roster. Yeah. And that's what Colin Kaepernick is. He's a guy that, just like Mark Sanchez or Trent Dilfer later in his career, guys that had some success at one point playing for a team that had a very good defense or a very good running game, so they didn't have to do an awful lot. And when they tried to open up that offense that next year, he was terrible, terrible, and he's been terrible for multiple years.
And let's assume that somebody in an NFL decision-making position looks at his stats and likes his stats and thinks, okay, 16 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions last year.
That's great.
Pretty good ratio. The guy can throw, he can run a little bit. All right. Is it racist if they consider all of the character issues of this guy and you don't want the baggage that comes with him?
No.
That has nothing to do with race.
No.
You don't want a troublemaker on your team, and you don't want somebody to come in and divide the locker room. Because if the locker room's divided, your team doesn't have a shot.
Yeah, you'll notice, by the way, other black quarterbacks have jobs.
Right.
He doesn't, but other black quarterbacks do have jobs. And other black players on the teams that could theoretically sign him have jobs. I mean, the Eagles are, again, an example of this, in that they needed a backup quarterback and signed Nick Foles, the guy who outperformed Colin Kaepernick in the same system. But they could have easily picked up Kaepernick instead. They didn't because he sucks.
Yeah.
Plainly, he blows.
A couple things they don't want you to, and also a couple of things that the NFL locker room does not want is the third-string quarterback or the second-string quarterback getting more news and more coverage than the first team.
That's for sure.
They do not want that at all.
That is true.
And second of all,
nothing to do with racism.
I read correct, and I read an article by a couple of offensive coordinators in the NFL talking about Colin, and where they said one of the reasons that no team wants him is because not once during all this time has he said, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to play. I'm excited to play some football. Just give me a chance to get back on the field. Not once. It's all about the activism, and nobody wants that.
He doesn't seem to care about football.
Nobody wants that.
Which, again, has nothing to do with race.